It was a memorable 2021 season for Southeastern. They went 9-4 on their way to a second FCS appearance and victory in the past three campaigns. They rose to as high as number 6 in the national polls, fourth FCS appearance for them overall. And they are one of just 6 teams ranked in the top 25 each of the past 3 campaigns in the final polls as well. Consistency has been the key over the course of the Frank Scelfo tenure so far. And we are pleased to welcome in our panel here today for Southeastern. Head coach Frank Scelfo, you're number 5. He's been here long enough to wonder whether we're still doing opening statements. We got C.J. Turner, all-conference wide receiver, and Donniel Ward-Magee, a 2-time all-conference defensive back as well. Appreciate all you being here. Coach, I'll start off with this. We were talking about it from a consistency standpoint, just how good you guys have been. Take me through what that takes, year in, year out, different teams, shuffling bodies in, and it doesn't matter. You guys are finding ways to win over the course of the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's about a culture in our locker room, and our players run that. Our players run the locker room, and they run the team. And I think that everybody has bought into the leadership of our football team. The way we do things is different than other people. We don't do them the same way. Our guys work differently. We practice differently. We believe differently. And guys like CJ and Donniel, and I could have brought a bunch of other guys that could have come. It was we got a lot of people that could represent us in this way, but we just do things differently, and our guys believe in that. They see the results. The results are positive. And because of that, people get on board, and it's not a hard thing for us. Once the culture changed for us in 19, we saw things take off for us in a positive manner.
I think about it from a statistical standpoint for you guys, Coach. Led the FCS in scoring offense a year ago, but better than 45 per game. Passing offense, we know what you've been able to do in total offense as well, but a little bit different this time around. Cole Kelly is now gone, the Walter Payton Award winner 2 years ago, runner-up a season back. You lost a couple of playmakers as well. So now how do you go about recreating this team a little bit? I assume some of it stays the same, but now what's the key with a new quarterback and a little bit of a new offense?
Well, you plan for this every week. You practice and you develop depth on your football team. And, if Cole's not in there, be it an injury or sickness or whatever, somebody else has got to move into that spot, and we've got to still continue to perform. And that's what we do. That's where depth comes in. That's where the consistency that we continue to talk about comes from, that our guys, they just don't blink. They do such a great job of going out and competing every day at practice all the way through. You might be running with the 2s now, but you can be with the 1s tomorrow. We got 0 starters returning. August is going to dictate who our 11 guys go out there on offense and defense and special teams that first week, and all of that's got to take place. I look at Cole winning the Walter Payton. Should have won it again in the fall. I don't mind saying that. But I look at other guys on our football team that are back that contributed, in such a big way. And then you look at the guys that are coming up. All the guys that we got coming back should be better than what they were a year ago. And then, all the guys that we got, new guys, new faces coming in, grew up. And it's pretty interesting. I'm anxious to see what August. It's kind of exciting. It really is exciting for me to see what August is going to, what we're going to get out of that.
CJ, we've seen from an outside the offense, what you guys have done number-wise, scoring-wise. Take us through what it's taken to get to this level and be among the best in the FCS.
Really just take consistency. Like he said, we just come to grind every day, come to work. That's all you got to do. Like, keep your main thing the main thing, stay focused. We really don't let any outside things affect us. We straight football all day, every day.
From a defensive perspective, Donniel, takeaways were a big thing for you guys last year, among the national leaders in interceptions. That's, I'm assuming, is something you really preach in during practice and all the different playmakers you have. I think something with you guys that has stuck out to me is just how many times you'll take the ball and then run it back for a touchdown, a fumble recovery, and score with it. Just take us through the ability that you guys have to make plays on the defensive side of the ball.
We definitely have a great numerous amount of guys on my side when it comes to the backside. I feel we necessarily work every day when it comes to the film room. Comes from the film room, being together, going over everything, and when we can just get the ball in our hand, we just go.
Something for both Donniel and coach as well. I want to ask about this. Bill DeTavio promoted now to defensive coordinator. That's a little bit of a shift, obviously. Take me through the decision there and what that's been like so far, and then also, Donniel, to you, what it's been like working under him. Coach, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, Coach D and I were together at Tulane back in the early 2000s. We went through Katrina together, so I know what kind of man he is, and I know what kind of coach he is. He's had great success at the FCS level at Sanford, and then when I was able to hire him last year, it was just all – he came in as a position guy. Raymond Monica was our coordinator. He took a Division II head job, so he moved on, and it was an easy, for me, a transition from to move him up into the coordinator spot. We're changing. There'll be some changes. We got to play better on defense. We know that, and there'll be some changes, and I'm looking forward to seeing that.
What's it been like for you so far working under him?
It's really been great so far. Really great guys. Since Ben, he's been my position coach this whole time, so I really look forward to what we could do together, especially with him being the new DC now.
CJ, for you, been a record-setting career. You're among the leaders in terms of Southeastern touchdowns, receptions. You go down the line, yards. We were doing the same thing with Austin Mitchell last year, and now it's you. I'm sure you guys are going back and forth about who's going to hold the record ultimately. But take me through you are first from a health standpoint. Obviously, going down last year is disappointing, not being able to finish out the year. But where do you feel like you are entering this year, and now how you can take your game to another level with a full year available?
I'm good. I'm back, ready to play, coming back healthy, coming back like getting into my game. I just got to get my breaks, in and out my breaks, catch the ball, focus more, not really think about what happened last year because that's over with. I'm back 100%.
Mm-hmm. From a quarterback perspective, Coach, of course, Cole and his numbers we've discussed, but you got a guy in Cephas Johnson who's there who has taken meaningful snaps. It was a two-quarterback system, I remember, for you guys with Chase and Virgil and Cole Kelly a couple years back, so I know that could be an option. Take us through Cephas and then maybe some other guys that are in the mix as well as far as that quarterback position is going to go. Yeah,
I think Cephas has the early lead right now, but Kobe Suits is really he's grown throughout the spring and summer. So it'll be great competition in camp. Like I said, every position is, the quarterback position gets a lot of the spotlight, but every position on our football team, they're working like tomorrow's their last day. So we're gonna take it with the quarterback position. We might play two, like you said. We're not afraid to do that. We want to take advantage of each other's strengths and then limit the weaknesses that they have, and that's what we're going to do. But it'll be an interesting season for us at that position, and looking forward to it.
It's you mentioned quarterback getting most of the love. We were talking earlier with UIW and G.J. Kinney about the offensive line they have coming back. I feel like your offensive line has to be one of the best in the country with how many all-conference guys you've had and the way that they've moved on. I think about Jalen Bell, John Allen, Brendan Lamcott. So you can go down the line. That's a deep group you have coming back.
Yeah, and the guy really I think is going to be one of our better ones is our center, Dominic Serapiglia. Probably didn't play as much last year as we should have. We had him at guard more, but moved him in the center, and he's really adapted to that. We're going to be stronger there than we were in the past. So I'm looking forward to the offensive line. Look, it all starts and stops there. You know that, and our guys know that. So we got to make sure that we protect the quarterback and we're able to run the football.
CJ, for you, from a quarterback perspective, of course, working with Cole most of the time over the previous couple of years, but you've had time with Cephas, and now you bring in a few new faces. What's that been like adapting and evolving to whoever the new quarterback is going to be this year?
To be honest, I'm just catching the ball from no matter who it comes from. I mean, they're going to put the ball where it needs to be at. It's touch our hands in the receiver room. You're supposed to catch it. Like, that's our mentality. So it don't matter who back there for us. We're going to make plays, catch the ball.
What did Cole do well from a leadership standpoint and just a galvanizing a group perspective offensively that you think your next quarterback has to do to keep this momentum going offensively?
First, I got to shout out Chasen before Cole. I feel like Chasen led the way for Cole, like made him see what it is to be a leader on a team. So, I mean, Cephas going to be him, do what he has to do. Kobe's going to do him, do what he has to do. Just be a leader to the team. You the quarterback. When something go bad, everybody going to look at you. When something goes good, somebody going to look at you. So, as a team, we just got to keep around him, keep his head straight where it needs to be at.
Donniel, from a secondary perspective, again, we talked about the offensive line maybe being one of the best in the FCS. I think about how many playmakers you have and All-American caliber guys. Yourself, Zy Alexander, Orlando Jordan, you could say had maybe a little bit of a down year, and he's still one of the best in the conference. Take me through how special it is to play alongside those guys and challenge each other each day.
Another you got is Barbie. You forgot about.
Right.
Yeah, but every day is really great going to compete against those guys. I know for sure every day we going to push each other, so it's really great.
At the same time, it's got to be good going up against guys like this and how much talent you have at the receiving corps. We haven't mentioned Gage Larvadain yet in the year he had, but what's that been like going up against each other and just the kind of battles between receivers and secondary on this team?
Every day we go back when it comes to talking smack, locker room, outside the locker room, on the phone, whatever. It's really great going against those guys. I feel like our guys are the best wide receiver corps we have in the Southland, so it's kind of great going against them every day and making us work.
Was there betting going on during bowling also? Same kind of thing last night?
We don't lose. 189, CJ Turner, Southland.
Coach, let me one more thing offensively, and then I'll shift gears here too. But Gage Larvadain, I think about what he did in his freshman campaign. This is a guy who came here as a two-sport athlete and possibly a walk-on for football or basketball. And I remember you telling me this story about getting him over to the football side of things. But what he did, Southland freshman of the year, a first-team guy, kick return, punt return, just running every kind of route there is. Put in perspective the kind of first year he had as a receiver and playmaker for you and what you expect this year from him.
Well, obviously the numbers bear themselves out, right? But I think what distinguishes him and what distinguishes everybody, it's not so much a talent level. You got to watch somebody work. Everybody sees the finished product on game day, but all the work that goes in prior to that is where guys get their edge from. And that's where CJ, Donniel, so many guys on our team. And then as we speak about Gage, that's where he gets it from. His work ethic is just off the charts. He's a guy that can go 24/7 and hates to come off the practice field, hates to not take a rep, and just continues to grow. He started off a little slow, feeling his way out in camp last year. And then once he found his groove, he took off, and we saw the results of that. So we expect him that consistency to be there because that's how he works every day. And then we'll see where it goes from there. But he's one of those guys. I mean, you can't wait to get out on the field and watch him go.
From a running back perspective, in the past, it's been a lot of kind of run game through the screen game because of what Cole was able to do and what Chasen was able to do before him. What are you kind of projecting running back-wise? Obviously, you have Teron Jones back. You have some other guys. What can we expect for that?
Yeah, we're going to be deeper there at that spot. I think we got some guys with some quality depth there. Teron, you already mentioned him. Carlos Washington, Jamon McClendon, Jesse Britt. We got some depth now and some versatility. Devontae Williams back in 19 was really a guy for us that kind of broke it open. But we haven't been consistent. We haven't had the depth to run the football like we wanted to, and I think we'll do that a little bit more this year. We're not going to shy away from it, but we haven't had the ability to actually run the ball when we wanted to run the ball. Sometimes we had to, you like you said, you throw the ball to get runs in, but now I think we can hand it off and we can get some positive yardage out of it and really control the football game from that standpoint.
How much do you think the playbook will change kind of entering this year versus last year, just given the quarterback shift, or maybe not at all? I'm just kind of curious how that
it's not going to change. We're going to do what we do. We got great players at all these positions, all these skills, our offensive line. So that's not going to change. What we're going to do is take advantage of the things that we can do best, and then what we can, take advantage of what defensively what they're going to struggle with. So we're going to do what we do, and then we'll see what happens on the scoreboard at the end of the game.
Donniel, from a defensive side of the ball perspective, take me through where you think improvements need to be made for you guys to now push towards what's been a perennial FCS contender to now going a little bit further in the playoffs. What you think you guys need to adapt and change?
First, we have to, I feel as a whole defense, we need to stop the run. I think tackling and another thing, I would say more stripping at the ball will help us exceed definitely to win conference and go further in the playoffs.
Anything added there from the defense?
No, he hits it all. You got to be good tacklers, right, to play defense, and you got to stop the run. And now you make somebody one-dimensional. And some people say, well, we're going to throw it anyway, which is good. But we're going to stop the run. We're going to force you in some passing situations and the situation that we can dictate. And then, like you said, I think our effort was good last year, but we lacked at times tackling and some things like that. We did a great job on the interceptions and the turnovers, which you mentioned. We just got to do a better job stopping and running and tackling.
It feels like it's so crucial in this conference because of how many good offensive lines there are in terms of what ability teams have to run the ball.
Yeah, you can't give guys another chance, right? You can't take the at-bats away from them, and that's where turnovers come in such a big thing for us. Offensively, we got to stay away from them. Defensively, we got to get them, and then offensively, we want to run the football. Defensively, stop the run.
We'll open up for Q&A now as well. If you have a question, state name, affiliation, and we'll try to go to you. I think we got one over here.
Hey, Frank. Sheldon Mickles at The Advocate. Two-part question here. One, curious as to your feelings on being picked to win the league again, and also do you like it, or do you want to be in the back a little bit? And second, kind of a parallel between you and your big rival at Nichols, kind of the way your programs have come along. Do you kind of see that with the way Tim brought his and the way you bring in yours?
Yeah, the first part, pick to win, it really doesn't matter. You know, the coaches and the SIDs vote on that, and we kind of laugh about it, tell you the truth. You know, it's okay. It's not that big a deal. You don't want to be in the back, that's for sure, because that means everybody's looking at you going, well, you must not be very good. But we were picked that. I've been here, and we were picked down at the back end of that thing, and we didn't like it too much. As far as us and Nichols, you know, when I got here, one of the things I said, I wanted our program to mirror what Timmy had done down there at Nichols State. He had taken a program that was really down, facilities-wise, everything, and turned it around. And we looked at that program and said, that's the way to do it. They built it with Louisiana kids, and that's what we're doing with ours. You know, these two guys are from Louisiana. We get most of our signees are from Louisiana, 10 out of our 12 that we signed this past year. So we're going to build it with Louisiana kids, especially Southeast Louisiana, and that's what we want to be able to do. And then the consistency standpoint. You go to Thibodaux, and you know, and I talk about this all the time in our conference. You know, teams from around the country don't recognize the Southland as strong as we feel like it is. But they won't come down here and play us. They won't go to Thibodaux. Go down to Thibodaux. Go to Lake Charles. Go to Natchitoches. Go to some of these places. Come to Hammond, America. We'd love to have you. We'd love to host you. A lot of those schools won't do it. We got a home and home next year, starting a 2-year series with Eastern Washington, which I'm really excited about. We're playing Central Connecticut State. We got Murray State coming into town. We're going to play Jacksonville State. So we're trying to play everybody around the country. Just like, and Tim did this now. He played some teams throughout the North and did well against those guys. And that's what we're trying. That's what we want to do. We want people to come down to the Southland and enjoy Southern hospitality. And let's see how they like it in September. You know, we go up there in the North and play them in the playoffs. Come down in September and play us in the South. We'd enjoy that.
Beat them and then give them a tub of jambalaya, right?
Well, we'll feed them. That jambalaya is good. Our guys love jambalaya, so they're gonna like that. And but I really do. I think the Southland's a little underrated. Where the competitive spirit. When you look at our coaches, we got 8 coaches in this conference. We met yesterday for about 5 hours, and it's really amazing to see the caliber of coaches in this conference. And you're going to see these teams continue to get better. You're going to see it. They're all well coached. And you're going to see them get better. And you're going to see us make a dent in the national rankings and put 2-3 teams in the playoffs every year.
Anyone else question-wise for Coach? Yeah, right here.
Yeah. How much different is it and how much excited are you not to be playing 2 games home and homes like you had to play in the conference last year? And do you think you get a better feel for getting teams into the tournament later on because you don't have to play that second game?
We talk to the players about this. The NFL does it every year in their division, right? So the opportunity to play games in college football, you get 12, 11, 12. That's it. That's all you get. And you want to take advantage of all of those. Who we play, we don't make out the schedules. Hell, the schedules changed 2 or 3 times in the last couple of weeks, right, with new teams coming in. So we don't make out the schedules. Give us a schedule. We'll show up and play. You come to our place and play, and that's what you do. I don't think the home and home thing had anything to do with wins and losses last year. It's a performance on the field. It's the way the players played, the coaches coached, and the scoreboard took care of itself through that standpoint. So I'm excited about our schedule. It's challenging. It's the most challenging one we've had since I've been here. Opening up at Lafayette and then Florida Atlantic. Going to Jacksonville State, which has moved up to FBS, so they'll increase their scholarship totals. And then we got Murray State from the OVC coming in. And then we got the Southland. And, so it's a challenging schedule for us. But I'm excited about it because I know what kind of football team I think we have.
Coach, going off that, talking about schedule, and for you two guys as well, to play those kind of challenging games in the non-conference. I know you tried to do it last year. It got a little bit altered by the hurricane because of where you guys had to travel to and go in Alabama and switching home and road games. But what does that do for your group, getting prepared for conference play, when you're taking on the kind of opponents like a Louisiana that finished in the top 20, an FAU team on the road? Central Connecticut State's been really good in the NEC over the years. Murray State, just down the line, it's tough.
Yeah, and they'll tell you, we don't we play who we're supposed to play, whoever they tell us to play, and we're looking to play people. We don't run from anybody. It does help develop who we are. We recruit that way. You want to play it. You want to play certain people. Come on, our schedule's set. The next couple of years, we're going to play 2 FBS teams every year, and that's just what we do. I know the financial benefits of it are really good for us, but I think it helps our football team to realize that we really are as good as some of these other guys, and we can't compete at that level. And our scheduling, as you go through the scheduling, you start looking for some things, and that's why we say, call those teams up north, come on down, come play us. We're home and home. We'd love to see you, and we'd love to play you. I'm anxious to see McNeese and Northwestern. They're going up to play Montana and Montana State. Now, it's not a return game. They won't come down here, but they're going to go up there this year and play those guys. So I'm anxious to see how those guys do and represent us, because they're really going to do a good job when they get up there. I'm excited. I say it all the time, and I say it to our players. We have special players. To be a college athlete today, you have to be a special person. And to be a college football player, it really takes it to the next level, because what they have to go through and what they have to do to be able to compete at this level, but also go to class and be who you are and socially, things like that, and be the good people that you are. And that's what these guys are. And we got a team full of them. And I'm just excited about 2022 getting here.
To both of you guys, I know you're both Louisiana guys. CJ, Laplace, Donniel, you're from New Orleans. Take me through that game one, going to Lafayette, having a chance to take on a team that's been very good over the past couple of years. Again, a top 20 team this past season.
Like he said, it's an opportunity. Like, top 20 team, everybody gonna be watching. We finna see what we made of. The whole fall camp, we finna grind and just seize the moment, seize the opportunity.
Like you said, I feel like it's a great experience and everything, but, every week it doesn't even matter who we're going against. It's us versus us, so it's really what we're going to do, and what we need to do. So I feel it'll be a great experience. That's it.
Guys, I'm running low on questions. You got anything to ask Coach?
Got nothing to ask.
No questions for Coach?
I'm clear.
What's a fun fact we might not know about him?
About him?
About him, yeah.
He liked to joke a lot if you think he's serious all the time.
Okay, there we go.
I just say he's crazy for real.
What can you tell me about these two guys here, and what might not show up on a stat sheet?
You talked about us leaving for the hurricane last year. We played our first 6 games on the road, and but CJ lost his house. Yeah, that's a tough deal there with his family. They moving to Dallas. I think they secured it. We talked about it the other day. And then Donniel's got a project going right now. He's raising money, or he raised the money for 150 book bags for 3 separate elementary schools for needy kids. How about that?
Doing it with Bryce Cage, is that right?
Yes, sir.
He and Bryce were doing it together, and they raised it. They're going to deliver 50 bags to 50 kids at 3 different elementary schools. One in New Orleans, Donniel went to. One in Baton Rouge that Bryce is really close to, and then one right there in Hammond. Mm-hmm. So it's a pretty cool deal.
And I know you're always cooking something, right? What are you cooking these days?
I like Italian. Yeah, I've been doing pretty good. I made a crab pasta that was really good not too long ago. I think I'm going to try that one again. So my Italian's been good. And, so maybe I'll get the guys over there, maybe not.
I was about to ask if they've had.
Yeah. We got a big deal planned at my house for the champion of the summer workouts, and we'll see how that goes. They're going to come in, and these 2 guys are both in it. We're down to the semifinals, and both of their teams are in it. And, it comes from leadership. So if you want to eat good, you got a chance to come on over and eat, and they got to win. Got to do that.
All right, awesome. Well, Coach, appreciate the time. CJ, Donniel, best of luck to you guys this season, all right?
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Shout out Team 2 for the summer.
We go from Southeastern to Nichols. That'll be the Riverbell Classic to end the season. We'll preview the Colonels next. Head coach Tim Rebo, student athletes Cohen Grenier and Glenn Thurman. They had a good time bowling last night. We'll chat with them next. We roll on. The Southland Conference Media Day presented by BuyB1.com.